What's good, family? Shout out to my darky DJ Saunders for sending in that much needed coin, no doubt. So, Dillian the Shillian Shite has found himself wrapped up in a big, massive, sloppy L. Yeah? Another juicy L from the big GK and the big Frank Warren. Your man Shillian. Let's be real now. Shillian Shite Man fans, please let me know, when was the last dub the Brixton Bummer caught? Be honest now. You tell me. When was the last dub? Because as far as I was concerned, you man was saying, oh, YB, Shillian not turning up to the press conference is a huge dub. Because, yeah, he gonna kill this event. Ha ha. Yeah, all you funny style man fans sporting Whyte, Dillian Whyte's second wife. Oh, yeah, Dillian Whyte killing this event. Yeah, the thing is, you man don't understand. F the fans, Dillian getting paid anyway, so why should he promote? Yeah, Dillian gonna make Frank Warren lose money, because Dillian gonna take 8 million and then not turn up for any press, and it's gonna bomb on pay-per-view, and Frank Warren gonna lose money, and I'm an Eddie Hearn man fan, and Eddie Hearn said it's gonna bomb, and Eddie Hearn knows numbers, and Frank Warren overpaid, and oh yeah, Dillian gonna make sure it's not a success. Oops. I love it. I love it. Everywhere you look, your man Shillian getting punked. All Shillian and down bad room promotions. Man fans, they getting punked anyway. So, it's classic because your man Dillian, as you can see on your screen now, before the tickets went on sale, your man Dillian was posting saying, basically trying to take the Michael, that he wasn't at the press conference and implying that it's going to bomb. Yeah? That's what he was doing. You can see it there. He thinks he's real smart ass. Oops. How'd that work out for you, Shillian? Yeah? Unfortunately, we found out in the last week that you're a bum. You are the Brixton Bummer. And the only thing you're good at is getting it on with your man's Lamar. How about that? Yeah, you and Lamar. That's the only thing you're winning in. The only thing Dillian Whyte winning is Lamar's booty hole right now. Yeah, you ain't. I'll tell you what, 100%. You ain't winning nothing else. That's what you ain't winning. Or the other prize Dillian might win is being able to be knocked out by someone's uncle. Yeah, you are. Listen, Shillian. You have one of the most vulnerable chins in the game. That's the prize you win. You're known as the man who gets starched by Uncle Povetkin. Uncle Povetkin starched you after you went life and death with the plumber, David Price. Yeah? Can you imagine that? David Price didn't go out as cold as Dillian. Your man, oh, YB, Dillian really hard. Dillian can do this. Dillian has got Uncle Povetkin problems. Don't forget that, people. Yeah? He got serious Uncle Povetkin problems. And you want to talk about anything else? And again, I'm consistent. Oh, YB, why are you going so hard on Shillian? Why is Shillian acting so funny style? That's what you want to ask yourself. All you man, oh, look, he's not turning up. Yeah, let's gas him up. And it's really smart strategy. It's really smart strategy for the fans to get punked some more. Yeah, real smart. Keep doing that. Yeah, Dillian playing mind games. Dillian's in Fury's head. Is he? All this is proven is that Dillian really is worth less than 20%. Because despite all of his best efforts, despite all of his trolling, the show was shut down. 300,000 tickets in 10 minutes. That's a fact as well. 300,000 tickets in the space of a few hours. And Dillian had nothing to do with the show. And that's why I hope when the WBC end up deducting Dillian's purse for the fact he didn't turn up to the press conference, I hope they do it. They take into account the fact that this show has shut down without him. Because that, I'm not being funny. Your man's whole claim was that, oh, Dillian's worth 50%. Well, if Dillian's worth 50%, why aren't half the seats empty? Oops. Yeah? Because Dillian ain't taking part. So why? Wait a minute. If Dillian's worth 50%, why aren't half the tickets empty? Because everyone coming to see Dillian, aren't they? That's what I thought. Wait a minute. I thought Dillian is the big draw. He did pay-per-view, and Tyson Fury never had a pay-per-view in the UK. And if that's the case, why is it? And don't forget, people, even Eddie Hearn, the man who you man nosh off. Oh, Eddie, YB, Frank Warren going to lose numbers. Eddie Hearn's a numbers man. Eddie Hearn knows the numbers. Eddie Hearn's so smart. Eddie Hearn entered Silver Spoon, who got gifted his company from his dad. Oh, Eddie Hearn's so smart. Eddie Hearn knows numbers. That's all we kept hearing, about how Eddie knows numbers. And in fact, Eddie himself made that cheeky remark. He said to Frank, "Oh, good luck selling out Wembley, Frank." He thought he was real smart. He thought he knew all the numbers. So even that shows you that Team White really did believe that half the tickets were going to be empty. Oops, what happened to that then? Instead, we found out that literally Dillian Whyte is worth less than 1%. Not even that. He literally is insignificant in this fight. Because if he wasn't, like Eddie Hearn expected, like Eddie Hearn and all the Man fans and Sporting White cons expected, half the ticket should have been empty. That's a fact. Eddie Hearn wasn't saying, well, Fury probably going to sell it out anyway, so no. He was saying, you ain't going to sell tickets because you need Dillian. How silly. Eddie Hearn was saying, oh, how silly is it of Frank not to have me there and not to have Dillian there? Because we'd shut it down. Oops. It shut down anyway without you. So in all seriousness, Dillian lucky to get 20%. Based on the numbers here. I'm going based on numbers, people. I'm going based on what Eddie Hearn said. I'm going based on what all you Man fans were gassing about. Yeah? Look at this guy. And that's the thing. I find it interesting that Dillian Whyte, I've got a video coming soon, but it's interesting that Dillian Whyte found his voice to beef AJ on Instagram, but yet can't find his voice to beef the actual fight he's allegedly in. And I'm actually hearing now Dillian Whyte is going to not turn up to this fight. You can bet your bottom dollar Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte have told or have got a plan to ruin this event. They're going to pull out. I guarantee it. Absolutely guarantee it. Especially when the WBC tax Dillian some more. I'm hearing Dillian Whyte's likely to only get 10% now because he's violated his contract. Again, awful legal advice. I actually think Dillian Whyte's legal team are inside men for Team Fury. That's the only explanation that can explain this. Because, genuinely, Dillian Whyte has gone from 30% to 10%. That's what Dillian Whyte's legal team have done. Frank Warren and Team Fury were begging to give him 30% back in December. He ignored that, thinking he was worth 40%. Now, he guaranteed 17% and he not turning up and is violating the contract. I had some goofy tell me, oh, YB, well the thing is, it's because Dillian Whyte's lawyers from LA, and in LA they do it different. In LA they sign the contract first and then they worry about the details afterwards. I don't give a fuck where you are. That's dumb. That's a dumbass move. Who does that? Sign a contract. Sign a legally binding contract. And then try and backtrack. Where did you learn? Dillian, where did you get these lawyers from? Seriously. Well, it's mad. But it shows you how low IQ most of these boneheads are. These dons are good at getting punched in the head. That's it. They're good at losing IQ points. They're not good at gaining them. That's what we've learned recently. Look at Anthony Johnston. Probably one of the biggest fighters in UK history. In fact, yeah, Anthony Johnston is the biggest fighter in UK history behind Tyson Fury. Now, and he training with a complete unknown bum. These guys are begging for IQ. Seriously. They really are. They're desperate for some IQ points. It's wild. I've never seen a bunch of dudes so low IQ before in my life. Seriously. You got AJ, complete bum training team. And you got Dillian, Shilly and Shite, complete bum legal team, giving the worst advice. Dillian, we've got 30% on the table. We'll tell you what, in 3 months' time, we're going to get that down to 10%. That's what's happened here, people. It's really, I don't know what to say. And the fact that, you can bet your bottom dollar, when Dillian gets taxed, and he ends up only getting 10%, because he's violated his contract, and at that point, it will be clear Dillian is not going to turn up. That'll be his final play. And you know what people will say? All the Dillian Whyte Man fans will say, yeah, Dillian shouldn't turn up. Oh yeah, Dillian going to get Frank back. And you Man fans are super sorry for it. A bunch of sorry looking asses. That's what you man are, genuinely. I've never seen a bunch of sorry dudes as sorry as you man, ever. Oh yeah, let's spite the whole sport because I'm Dillian Whyte. Oh yeah, let's spite the whole sport because I want to be Dillian Whyte's next wife. My name's #1 Man fan. Yeah? I aspire to be like Sporting White cons. I want to be just like Sporting Icons and suck Dillian off some more. Do you know what I'm saying? It's wild. Man got no shame. Me, I care about the sport. I couldn't care about Dillian making 10 million. Really couldn't. For me, as long as we're getting paid millions, that's all that matters to me. and winning. As long as you're winning and getting paid millions, it's all good with me. Whether you're getting 10 or 8, couldn't care less. Oops, yeah, that's your business. And unfortunately, your business, Dillian thought he was too smart. That's another thing. What happened to taking responsibility? Again, Dillian's bad legal advice. Who told Dillian to post 300 grand if he's making millions? Who told him that? Yeah? Take some responsibility. Dillian or whoever decided, yeah, let's be smart here. We're so smart. Let's post, even though we know we're going to need the WBC down the line, let's take some easy, quick money. Dillian is surrounded by dudes who think like they're from the ghetto. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what, let's save a couple $100 grand here to lose millions down the line. Who giving you this advice? That's what Dillian's done here. Rather than post his real earnings, Dillian lodged allegedly a low amount. I'm not sure it is even low, to be honest. Either way you look at it, bottom line, you made a mistake. Take responsibility for that. You posted 300 grand. You thought you were smart evading WBC fees. Yeah? No one else did that. But yet, you got your man fans, you wheeled out your man fans saying, oh, but YB, that wasn't the real number. He got paid 5 million. Well, whose fault's that? And even then, to be honest, even if Dillian got paid 5 million, Tyson Fury lodged 20 million. Do the maths, people. Oops. That works out exactly as it is, 80-20. So wind your beaks in. Dillian is a B-side. Here, 20% B-side. That's what the numbers say. And people know me, know I go based on numbers. When I was looking at Fury versus AJ back in the day, back in 2018, I was saying this fight is not 50-50. In fact, this fight isn't even 60-40. Because at the time, Tyson and Fury had not generated 40% of the revenue. I said in reality, that fight's 75-25 at best. And that's what the numbers said. But with the same breath, now, the tables have turned. Fury lodging 20 million. Dillian lodged 400k, but even if you want to call it 5 mil, it's still 20%. So you should be grateful. Because really, like I said the other day, Dillian could be getting 1% based on the numbers. And I think that's what it's worth. Based on it, and don't forget as well, look at the sales. Tyson Fury shut the whole thing down on his own. That shows you Dillian, and no one interested in seeing Dillian. Yeah, and no one interested in seeing Chinian. And no one interested in seeing Dillian Whyte. Yeah? That's the facts. Dillian Whyte is a great, solid, English level fighter. Yeah? Dillian Whyte went life and death with Dave Allen for 12 rounds. Facts. He went life and death with Dave Allen. People slag off Ortiz. Ortiz dusted Dave Allen off. Your man Dillian, the big hard ass, the Brixton bummer, went life and death with him. Someone please explain to me how the big hard man who's so good went life and death with Dave Allen for the whole fight. Couldn't stop him. Explain. Yeah? And Dave Allen is equally useless and also don't train. So, how is that possible? It's not, exactly. Because he's English level. Dillian is English level at best. Dillian found his level at English level. That's why he went a distance with Dave Allen in a 50-50 fight. Anyway, Dillian, Chinian Whyte, you've been punked again. You thought you were smart. You thought you had the banter. Oh, giggity. Yeah, who laughing now? Oops. Who laughing now? The show shut down without you. And now you're going to be sorry. Because you ain't getting a cut of nothing. You can't even get no seats, and rightfully so. You've overplayed your hand. And you've got a bum legal team as well. Your team, in fact, your whole team's full of bums. Because Eddie Hearn underpaid you. I was the one saying, again, I hate to break it to you, I was the one who said, back before this, that I think Eddie Hearn got it wrong. I said this fight can do 2 million, maybe even 3 million pay-per-view buys. Eddie Hearn was saying, oh, he'll be lucky to break 1 million. He ain't got a clue what he's doing. I'm sorry, he ain't. He just hasn't got a clue what he's doing, I'm afraid. Yeah, and that happens often with these silver spoon cats. They get gifted infrastructure they have no clue about. Eddie has no clue about the promotion game. I hate to break it to you, he don't. If he did, he'd have known this weren't going to do 1 million. Think about it. If AJ versus Povetkin can do 1 million, there's no way this fight doing less than that. Yeah, people think AJ's some special thing. He ain't that special. He really ain't no more anyway. Yeah? Not ever since he'd been playing touch butt in the park with Ido Portal. Anyway, Shilling, you've been punked, 100%.